Today, we're going to go over the loaded college basketball slate, talk some MACtion winners, and can we cash another squad ride? This is Behind the Lines. A kid in full hockey fit pulls up and sits right in front of you, and you can't see a thing. This might be more of a me guy move than just bringing your glove to a game. At least your glove is not right in the people behind you's face. I'm not trying to grow my bones anymore. My bones are grown, bro. I don't need to drink milk. I'm not a baby. You know who drinks milk? Babies and children. I don't put milk in my coffee. I drink black coffee like a grown-up. He ain't throwing a pick. If I could speak another language, I'd say it in that one too. It's time to dust off old Krabs again, take the less than half a pick, and f***ing cash would be tonight. Tail it, fade it, I don't give a shit. I'm making money on it. What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 810 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Pikkit Sports. If you are not tracking your bets on Pikkit, if you don't have Pikkit downloaded on your phone and you bet on sports, what are you doing? Change that right now. Go download Pikkit Sports, use promo code Bookit, and start tracking your bets on Pikkit. Start utilizing Pikkit. Even if you don't want to track your bets, download Pikkit, follow some people, follow us, follow the Bookit Squads, and start utilizing the best bet tracking app out there by far that has 100 other features as well. I use it every single day, and so does Jovan. So does the rest of the Bookit Squads. W Pikkit. Okay. W Archie Gambles as well, coming in with a resub. Let's go, Archie. Attaboy.
Go.
Attaboy. W Archie. Yep. Hashtag boiled crabs. I know, shit day yesterday, but Jovan carried. And we got a squad ride W. That's all that matters. We got Scott Quaid making a quesadilla, watching BTL. You got chicken on that puppy? I hope so, Scott. Get some protein involved. Okay. Pepperdine, -4.5 before we start talking about quesadillas for an hour and a half. Jovan, great work. Sure, they made us earn it at the end, but man, that was free. Never a doubt.
Shout out Pepperdine, shout out the Waves. Shout out UNO.
Yep. Great call, dude. Great call. Another great college basketball squad ride. Let's keep that momentum up. We might have to go back to CBB, later tonight. We might have to for a squad ride. So, also, side note, Goots, I'm bringing down a quesadilla maker, and we might have to utilize that puppy at the apartment.
Quesadilla maker?
Yep. Yeah, you ever seen one of those?
No. Isn't that just like a panini press?
I'll show you. Hold on.
Nah.
We're getting up for quesadilla maker. It's insane.
Don't you just put it on the pan?
Watch him grab a V8.
Flip it. You got a whole maker? What is this, man? Yeah, don't we just go Chipotle for that? Yeah, squad ride first play in the Polo Goots. Phelps -145 against Trent.
We'll put that in there.
Quesadilla maker.
Okay.
Makes you a nice little 6-piece quesadilla.
I mean,
look at that puppy.
It's pretty sick.
Go Gators.
Pretty sick. Okay.
Go Gators.
So wait, this is just split it?
Yeah, you put a tortilla down. You spray some Pam in there. You put a tortilla down. Put your cheese and meats and all your accessories in there. You put a second tortilla. You close it. It has some buttons on the top. It tells you when it's done. You open it up. It's nice and crispy, and it divides it into 6 little quesadilla pieces.
Okay.
Fire.
Okay.
Fire.
That's pretty.
Might need to have a quesadilla night.
Yeah, we could. We sure could.
I need to have a quesadilla night. All set. All set. Yep. No way you've never used a quesadilla maker, Jovan.
No.
That might be some white people shit.
Let's put it on the stove. Put it on the stove, get it in the pan, cut it with a knife.
That might be some white people shit. Yep.
It probably is. The way you're just classic, you just brought the V8.
I'm thirsty, bro.
That's just.
I want some veggies. Dudes, we're on the Shark Report recap, man. Not a shit day. God. Jovan carried once again. 2 days ago, I go 2-0 on my squares. Yesterday, Jovan goes 2-0 on his squares. Golly.
Mirrors flip-flopping.
I don't like flip-flopping.
I know this is the day we come together for straight fours.
We got to come together for a 4-piece, man. We're not asking for the world. We're not asking for a 6-piece. We're asking for 4 squares to turn green. We are so due for a sharp report 4-man. We're hitting one this week. Let's hope it's tonight. Okay? Damn, Utah didn't cover? I thought they did for a second. Did they lose outright?
They won by like 8, I think, or 9. They're edging that whole game. Lost at the end.
Brutal.
Rat meat. Same with Sac State. Lost by 31. Bucket short.
Yeah. Damn. Close but no cigar, huh?
Yep.
Kansas Duke got under hit. That's about all I contributed yesterday.
At least you got another through. It's just if there's one you want to get through, it'd be that.
Shocker, yeah. Hit it on their under. I'm not really sure what NIU was doing last night. They got off to a great start. They were up 13-0, I think. And then they got absolutely manhandled in that game. They went for it on 4th down on their own 15-yard line. Didn't get it. Next thing you know, Western Michigan's winning that game. Next thing you know, they're up 20 points. That was absolute domination from Western Michigan in that game. Pretty pissed off about it. Kind of looks like NIU just gave up after a great start. That one hurt. Yeah, I was not going to lie. Krabs, you ever have Runza? No, I don't know what that is. Are me and Goots living together? Yeah, through the holidays, and then I'm going to get my own spot down there. But for a month or so, I'm going to live in there with Goots and bug the heck out of him, and we're going to make quesadillas. Sure we can. Big game tonight for the Caps. Big game tonight for the Mount. Those are 2 things I know, chats. Going to be boots on ground at the Caps game tonight on TNT against the Oilers. So going to have to craft up a play or prize picks, line up something in that game. I'm very excited about that. And then the Mount. Yes, the Mount is getting 19.5 points at College Park tonight against the Terps coming off a big-time win. Now, the Terps, I believe, are without their stud big man, who's probably going to be out for a while. So that's going to be a big loss. Pharrell Payne, I think, is his name.
He's done.
He's going to be out for a while, probably. He had a brutal injury, Jovan. I don't know if you saw that, but he's probably their best player. So that's probably why that spread is a little bit short. We'll talk about it. Skywalker note, no Krabs in full goalie fit, but I do have to stand outside of the Mavs arena in a couple weeks and bring an Aaron Judge is the GOAT sign, unfortunately. And that's just going to be a treat, isn't it? That's just going to be great. Oh,
well, we're on that topic of the wheel. Almost.
Now, Trent's worried about his matchup against Michael Phelps tonight.
GD streams back,
dudes.
Back, maybe not. Jeej.
Please tell me we're back.
Not seeing it. Yeah, Jeej, offline. G fucking. Back rumors.
10s, drop them.
Huge.
Drop them.
Huge.
Let me know. Hit the refresh button, boys. Maybe we could drop that in the chat for the people. Goots, I'll do the Twitch. You do the YouTube. Brutal. Okay. 10-4s, W's. We are back in action. Very excited to see Trent at the Celebrity Poker Tournament tonight. Rumor has it he's matching up against Michael Phelps. You can bet on who wins or who lasts longer, I believe is what it is, against either Trent or Michael Phelps, which is absolutely hilarious to think about, really. If you sit down there and think about that for a second, Trent versus the all-time Olympic medal champion in the Celebrity Poker Tournament, you can actually bet on that. That is real life in 2025. So unbelievable. I love the world we live in. Couldn't ask for a better poker tourney tonight. Do we know anybody else who's playing in that tournament? Any other big names? I don't know if you guys have heard.
Ted Ginn.
Sure. No way Ted Ginn is playing in that. Out of all the people, Goots, that's who you remember?
That is who I remember, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let me look. There is some good guys in it.
Is it a good squad?
Yes. Let me pull it up. I was literally reading it earlier.
I hope so.
Josh Norman.
What?
Adrian Peterson. Jose Canseco, he's always in it. Paul Pierce.
Okay.
Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce.
Nah.
Dude, there's some goats playing in this one. Are you kidding me?
Dwight Howard.
Okay. I have a feeling Trent and Dwight Howard would hit it off.
I say that, Krabs.
Just a hunch. Just a hunch. Paul Pierce, one of my favorite NBA players of all time. I call game. You guys remember that? Wizards legend, Paul Pierce. A lot of people remember him for his Celtics time. How about his time in DC? I'm sure he absolutely mucked it up in DC. Him and John Wall hitting Rose Bar. I'm sure that was just absolute cinema. I wish I was a little bit older.
Joey
So I could've gone
Chestnut
out
is
there
in
and
there.
boozed with him. Chestnut.
Joe Gatto from the Practical Jokers.
Okay.
Kenyon Drake,
Sure.
Dolphins legend.
Wow. Yeah. This might be the best field they've had yet.
Yeah.
What an odd assortment of people.
Some people
Very
I don't
interesting
know.
assortment, yes. Hey, would you look at that? The mount odds plus 1,800. That's some value there, folks. W. Daniel making that graphic. Yep. We got a hype train moving to grooving, boys. We got Crutch Bets getting involved. 35 months. Crutch Bets, you are him. Appreciate you, Beast. Thank you for the resub. Like lightning as well. W Squad ride last night, fellas. Michael Phelps is a buck. Mega Max tonight. Yes, like lightning. W's. W's. Yeah, is Mima playing in this thing tonight, Goots? Because
No.
what are the odds that she not? I heard she's plus 1,000 to knock out Goots or knock out Trent again.
She's not in. She's not at this one,
She's
unfortunately.
taking this night. She's probably about to be in REM sleep
Yes.
during this one. Yeah, very excited to watch that. I believe you'll be able to watch it on the Bookit Sports Twitch stream, which is fire.
And YouTube.
That's fire. James Franklin on McAfee right now. Wow. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that. I mean, it's just Christmas morning down in Blacksburg right now, man. Christmas morning. I was watching it earlier while I was packing up some shit. And James Franklin started crying. You know what made him cry? You know what made him tear up, Jovan? Him talking about his buddy Brent Pry. How about it? I was talking about it yesterday. I said, without Brent Pry, this doesn't happen. He said that word for word in his introduction speech today. He said, without Brent Pry, without me talking with him, I wouldn't be here right now. Told you that 24 hours ahead of time, folks. Shout out Brent Pry. And shout out the Hokies. Krabs, would you support Franklin bringing Pry on as a DC? Honestly, no. So, man, I would not. Our defense was significantly worse when we brought in the Penn State defensive coordinator to be our head coach. The defense has never been in a worse spot in Blacksburg. No, I would not. I'd rather bring back not Fuente, but Bud Foster, who's like 80 years old. I'd rather bring him back. Get him out of the fucking
Fuente
grave.
love?
No Fuente love. That guy can kick rocks. We got Rob Puckline getting involved with the resub. Let's go, Rob. He says, let's go wild tonight, boys. W. Rob Puckline.
We'll trade you
Okay.
Fuente for some NIL coin, Krabs.
Ooh. Well, Fuente's, he's working for you guys again now.
Yeah, he's on our radio team.
That buyout money must have ran out pretty quick. That $7 million or whatever.
Yeah.
He must be he must have ran out of coins. Is he calling the games for you guys on the radio? Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, I believe so.
And he also works for the College Football Playoff Committee, which is just hilarious if you think about it. Where can we bet on Michael Phelps versus Trent? I cannot talk about that, Olasanya, but you could certainly bet on it. I'm sure you could find a way. It's all over X. Go to Trent's X feed, and you can find out there. Okay? Dubs. It's insane how sharp the books are on CBB spreads. Yeah, it is insane, but there's also a lot of value, especially on days like today where there's a million games. I've got some plays I like today. It looks like Jovan does as well on the Sharp reports. Very, very excited to dive in and talk through some of these winners in college. Looks like Big Rob already bet Ted Ginn to win the Flip tourney tonight. Unbelievable.
Ted Ginn over
Unbelievable. I would roll with Josh Norman. That guy also Commanders legend.
Yeah, of course.
Absolute beast. Yeah. All right, that's going to be cinema tonight. I believe it's on at 9 p.m. Eastern. Correct me if I'm wrong. 9 p.m. Eastern. Does that sound right? I think that's when the coverage starts up. So very, very excited for that tonight. That's going to be absolute cinema. Jay Cal's asking in the chat, who needs a sub? Anybody in the chat need a sub? Jay Cal's feeling very generous right now. Appreciate you, Jay Cal. All right, Jovan. I'm going to go put away this V8 in the fridge because I don't want it to spoil. It's been out next to the desk enough. Any comments about last night's slate before we dive into today's winners? Go ahead.
Any comments about last night's slate, man? Outside of the obvious legacies from Pepperdine, I feel like there wasn't too much crazy shit going on last night's slate. You had the big games. Michigan State couldn't miss from the field. Really good performance by them. Kentucky might just suck. That's maybe a conversation for another day, but they look horrifically coached. Their team is moose. Michigan State not going to shoot lights out like that the entirety of the season, but they looked damn good. Kansas, honestly, even though they didn't cover, kind of as expected, looked pretty good last night too. So I'll give them credit for that, even though it fell apart at the end. They looked okay with no Peterson. I was encouraged.
Yep.
Just like I was encouraged by not Trae Young dropping a 5U subby.
Here we go. Not Trae Young. Appreciate you, not Trae Young. Love your name because I'll be honest, I'm not a Trae Young fan. I'm not a Trae Young fan. I'm not. Is he going to come back and even play this season? Or is he just hanging
at
him
some
up?
point?
Okay. All right. Luka and LeBron looked so good. Is that sarcasm or is that real? I didn't check the score, so could not give two shits about the Lakers.
LeBron was dishing, but you could have faded his points and been in Gobbo crabs.
Oh,
Only had
should have
11.
faded his points. Is he still on that crazy streak where he scores 10 points a game?
Yeah, every game.
Yeah, that's never going to end.
That since like his rookie year, second year, or whatever it was.
That's never going to end.
It was probably as close as it was ever going to be last night.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
11.
Okay. But he's such a me guy. He'll make sure that he gets those 10 points if he's playing in a game. Yep. We got J. Cal giving Olisanya a subby. WJ Cal, we appreciate you, Beast. Thank you for the biddies as well. All right. Let's get moving and grooving here, boys. We might have to have a quesadilla party as well at the Bookit office. I'm going to have to bring that quesadilla maker into the office when I'm down there. Wow. Here's a life hack. You can get Taco Bell, like fire sauce and Diablo sauce. You can get the things at the grocery store. You can get cans of the sauce. You can get the Taco Bell quesadilla sauce that they put in there at the grocery store. And you can make your own Taco Bell quesadillas right at home. It's crazy. Life hack.
Okay.
Write that one down. We might have to have quesadilla night on stream. What do you guys think?
Yeah, maybe we do.
It's like a pizza party at school. We'll have a quesadilla night. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving here. Good call on South Carolina, Dead Larry Bird. That was a great call on them. They came through. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's get into today's Sharp Report and talk about some winners that we love. I would love, with some time at the end, to talk about this Caps game. I will be boots on ground, but let's save that for the end. Sonny Dutchie, there will be no Taco Bell slander in this stream. Nuh-uh. Zero. Zip.
Taco Bell slander is nuts.
I mean, come on. It's good. I saw Devontae Adams was on the podcast yesterday or today, and he was rocking a Taco Bell sweatshirt. I was like, where do I get one of those? Looks fresh. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about some winners for today. And yeah, after yesterday's absolute cake on the gridiron, figured I'd go back for a little bit more here. I like Miami of Ohio in the spot. I love the under in this game. Figured I would combine forces here as we get a subby coming in from Green Guy. Let's go, Green Guy.
Green Guy.
Let's go, Green Guy. Come on now. Sonny Dutchie, Taco Bell is actually a lot healthier than a lot of the other fast foods.
Yeah,
it out. Google
like what was that, like 5 or 6 years ago? They did like an overhaul of all the meats and all the ingredients and stuff, and then it's been like
that. It's actually better.
Yeah, last handful of years.
It's actually better now. It used to be F grade.
Yeah,
like a while ago when I was a kid.
To change everything.
Yeah, because they were giving you stuff that was like lower quality than dog food. But hey, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Okay. And that could be it. Yes, no, man. That could be it. Tanner Lindsay, boots on ground at the Caps game tonight. Come find my ass. I'll buy you a beer. Okay? They're not cheap at Cap One Arena either. So I will happily buy you a beer. I buy anybody a beer if you come up to me and say what's up at a game. So, all right, let's get back to business here. I want to fade Buffalo today, Jovan. Both these teams, I mean, they could still afford one more loss and make a bowl game. They got to win one of their last 2 games. So it's not like it's the craziest, most impactful game here. But I like Miami of Ohio in this spot coming off of back-to-back losses against, 2 of the best teams, probably that I would say in the MAC in Ohio and Toledo. Those are 2 tough opponents to face back-to-back. Of course, you're going to lose those games, or at least one of those two. They lost both. They didn't cover either one. I like Miami of Ohio's defense to stand up and shut down this Buffalo squad that is by far the worst offense they're going to face in their last 3 weeks, including tonight. Buffalo, look, they have this QB who was committed somewhere really good or played somewhere, pretty big name, in his first season, but he's nothing special. If you've watched Taquan Robertson play, it's not pretty. And I've been watching his passing yards get bumped down all day today. It's down to 200.5 now. It's almost sub 200, which is crazy. If you think about it in a game in the Big 2-5, especially in a MACtion game, the total's down to 38.5. Anytime you see a total that low, is pretty crazy in the MAC, honestly. Sure, Miami of Ohio is involved, so you're going to get a lower total. They typically are the one team that has the lowest totals because they play defense and they don't score a ton. Well, that's exactly what they're going to do tonight. They're going to play defense. They're probably not going to score a ton. This game's going to go under the total, but I'm a little bit worried about Miami of Ohio putting up a couple points against this Buffalo defense unless Khalil Mack is hopping in a time machine and hopping on that D-line. I don't see really much success at all for this Buffalo Bulls team defensively against Miami of Ohio, a team that I do think wins this game. But Jovan, you will not catch me dead betting another -2.5, probably ever in my lifetime. They just don't hit. It scares the heck out of me. So instead of laying that on the roads, which I do lean, okay, I'll take the team total under 19.5 for the Buffalo Bulls at home in what I believe is senior night. Don't care. I'll fade that narrative, and I'll take the Red Hawks to show up and play some defense and hopefully, bounce back, get in the win column here after 2 straight losses to the 2 best teams in the MAC.
Yeah, your biggest up to that team total is probably the Miami, Ohio quarterback.
Yeah, did DeQuan Finn, did he leave the program?
Yeah, and the other, the backup quarterback was like 11 for 40 with 3 picks in their last game.
Yeah.
So he's really bad.
Henry Hessen.
Really, really bad. Shout out Sade, Walker, and Green Guy for that 3-piece of subbies there. You guys are goated.
We got a 3-piece.
Shout
Sure we can. When has Sade Whiteman never gifted a sub? W Goat. Great point, Olasanya. Yeah, Sade Whiteman shows up every single day. Every day. He doesn't take a single day off. He's probably got a 50-stream streak by now, folks. Sade Whiteman shows up every day. He gives out a subby. Talk about the ultimate team player. Our GOAT. We do it all for Sade Whiteman. Okay, we got Waka getting involved as well. 2 years. Waka, you're him. Appreciate you, Beast. And Green Guy as well. Cannot let that get swept. We do it all for Sade. That's why I named my 2K player after Sade. W. Dean Maria getting involved with his 3-stream streak as well. Got to start small, Dean. Got to start small and build up. Build that foundation up. Talk to me when you get to 7. 1 week. Okay? Let's move. Let's groove. Yeah, I'm going to need Henry Hessen to move the rock at least a little bit, Jovan, for this to hit. But that's a crabby play. And look, the kid is a senior, and he's been at Miami of Ohio his entire career, which is pretty rare at this point. So I'll chalk it up to some nerves in his first, game last week, and hopefully he can bounce back and at least move the rock a hair, at least take care of it a hair in this one and help move the ball down the field, get the punter up and moving. We're going to probably see a lot of Tressways in this game, but keep Buffalo at a good field position to start this one out. I feel pretty good about fading the Bulls offense in this game at home.
Let's go. In on that.
I do. Big Cheesy. Get involved as well with a resub. Big Cheesy.
Biggest of cheese.
Blessing up Sonny Dutchy. Yeah, Big Cheese. Attaboy. Attaboy. We got a hype train level 4, folks. Are we going to get to lucky number 5? That's the question. We'll see. Why not take the full game under? I'm a little bit worried about Miami of Ohio putting up a couple points. Again, you guys know how my brain works. Contrarian. After the Miami of Ohio QB, Henry Hessen had the worst game maybe of the entire college football season last week. I'll be honest. I don't want to take the full game under in that game. It makes too much sense. So I'll isolate. I'll fade Buffalo's offense. And if Miami of Ohio splooges in a bounce back spot after getting spanked in back-to-back games, we could still cash. That's why I like the team total under. Okay?
Let's go.
Jovan, how about a 5-eat at Subwhale? Come on now.
5U from Big Baller.
It's been a while, Big Baller. Appreciate you, Beast. And guys, I apologize for the sniffles and the coughs. I'm pretty sure I got some sort of illness on this golf trip. I feel like absolute shit. But hey, a squad ride last night keeps me alive. A squad ride tonight, Jovan, will keep us moving and grooving. That's all that matters.
There we go.
I don't care if I have the black lung. Let's just cash the squad ride. Let's keep on moving and grooving. Okay? Yep. Dubs. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving here. I want to hear Jovan's first sell job on this play. Wow. How about the Frogs? Sure we can.
Points in Fort Worth tonight. kind of this one circled ever since the Michigan game because I guess you could say after that because it was kind of based on UMKC's game because UMKC is one of the faster teams in college basketball. Their whole new strategy there. They like to play super fast. They like to play in transition. They like to chuck, even though they're not the best three-point shooting team, but they also like to get to the rim. So they play like a mini Bama, kind of, except they're nowhere near as good at it. They played a shockingly low-scoring game against Texas when competition was higher. And it wasn't just the fact that they didn't score. They scored 55 points in it on Saturday, but my God, Sade wants it with 10 gifted.
Sade splooging. Let's go, Sade.
That's what we're going to need. We're going to need that level of splooging in Fort Worth tonight. But
wow.
UMKC didn't only not score, but they played a really good defensive game against Texas, just like TCU did against Michigan. That was probably, even though they didn't win the game, one of the better defensive game plans I've seen Jamie Dixon come up with and execute in all of his tenure at TCU. It was a miracle that the game was that close even at that point with how overmatched they were in the paint. After that now, I think we get points, which is probably why the total's gone up a handful of points since now. But they're both like really bad rim defenses. TCU's bad at the rim just because they're a little shorthanded now. Malik Diallo's out for, I believe, a year or at least for an extended period of time. So it's really just Punch and Edmonds. UMKC wants to run to get to the rim. They're also, I mean, not just like a little small, but they're also not physical, UMKC. So like TCU can't shoot. They're going to want to get to the rim. They also, because their next game is Florida in a week, I can guarantee you when you play one of the faster mid-major teams in college basketball, you're not going to mind getting some reps in on transition. This is the same story with a lot of these Big 12 teams that kind of operate all the same. So I think after that, a lot of points, they'll be flowing, especially because, like, look at what TCU did against Michigan. Obviously, the matchup called for it, but none of the bigs really had any part in the game offensively. It was a lot of Brock Harding, Jaden Pierre shot toward eights, but it was a lot of him. There was a couple of the guys coming off the bench shooting, but they were nowhere to be found in the paint. Now you get a smaller team, a less physical team. It's when the offense is at its best, kind of like they were against St. Francis. So I think we're seeing 151 plus.
Pega, bro. Pega said, I want to get involved. I want to join the party. How about a 5-unit sub whale from Pega? Attaboy.
Oh, Pega.
Attaboy, Pega. Also a first-time chatter as well from Foot_DT. Says, thank you for the gifted sub. First-time chatter. He just dropped a follow as well. Talk about some great BTL hospitality. Some great Bookit hospitality there. Blessing up the guy with a subby. Nice.
The subber 25-monther. Can't let him get swept in the middle of the big
Rye
twos.
guy.
Shout out.
Yeah. Keep us in line, Jovan. Great snipe there. Great call.
Shout
Rye
out.
guy. W's. Appreciate you, boys. I think Pega cashed a was it a parlay, Pega, that he cashed last night with all of our college basketball leans that we talked about? Navy. I know they were involved. Also, I cannot believe we haven't brought this up already. University of Maryland, Eastern Shore. They won outright.
The Shoreman.
Outright. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's the game of cinch. University of Maryland, Eastern Shore versus Longwood. And University of Maryland, Eastern Shore won outright in double OT. It doesn't get better than that. It does not get better than that. That was probably a great 4-hour bus ride home for the Shoremen. Okay? Unbelievable.
Shoreman.
Unbelievable. Shout out my Lancers. Yeah, your Lancers are taking a step back on the hardwood, Lancer Golf, I'll be honest. They have.
Yeah,
they have. They used to be kind of a wagon. They made the tournament a couple years ago as well. All right. W subbies, W vibes, Pega. Appreciate the subbies as always, my man. And can we drop some W Sades in the chat? This guy just absolutely splooges subbies left and right. Can we drop some W Sades in the chat? Give the guy some support. Gas him up a little bit. He deserves it. He deserves it. And yes, Randope, the Flames are banned. Randope, I thought you weren't betting yesterday, brother. Thought you weren't betting yesterday. Thought you were taking the day off. Interesting. Either way, yes, the Flames need to be banned. They need to be banned. Okay? All right. Let's keep moving and grooving here. We'll come back to Bethune-Cookman. I cannot wait to hear that sell job. I like that play as well. I was eyeing it earlier. Let's talk about the UConn Huskies, huh? Big game tonight. I already locked this one in. -6.5 against Arizona. Undefeated Arizona, undefeated UConn. I think this is the game of the night. Number 4 versus number 3. Got to be impressed with this Arizona team that, you know, at some point they got to come through here. They got to do something, but I don't think tonight's the night, right? I'm more talking about postseason, I guess, for Arizona down the line. UConn, they've been there, they've done that. Dan Hurley, great coach. I think he's going to have his boys locked in here. His team has not been great against the spread so far this season, Jovan. They are 1-3 against the spread so far this season, but this UConn Huskies team is solid, man. Alex Karaban, he's a Krabs guy. That guy does whatever coach needs. He plays a little bit of defense. He passes the rock when needed. He can score too as well. He's averaging, close to 20 points per game. And I know the competition has not been stiff so far this season. Obviously, the best team they've played is BYU, and that's nothing to really write home about, in my opinion. I'm not too high on them. Big time win against them. They didn't cover. They won by 2, but they squeaked out a win against them. Massive. Now they welcome in Arizona in this game, and it's going to be an unbelievable one in Connecticut up there in the Gamble Pavilion on FS1 prime time. I think Reed, Karaban, Solo Ball. I think Demary. I think Jaden Ross. I think these boys get going. Malachi Smith as well, the senior, who's played, I think he was at Dayton for the majority of his career. They got a ton of guys on this team. They might not have, one shining star, although you can make an argument for Terrace Reed. I need to see him against better competition, though, down the line. He's averaging 20 points per game so far this season. But this UConn team seems to me like they have a lot more depth. They seem like a smarter squad. And I'm a fan of what Hurley's got cooking up there in UConn so far this season, man. I think they hand it to Arizona. I thought the line movement here was crazy. Arizona's been pretty hyped up so far this season as well, deservingly so, Jovan. They took care of business against UCLA. They covered that game. They beat Florida. We were on them in that game to open up the season, fade the Natty champs. Shout out Arizona. But again, you can have you cannot hold on to any memories or, have any long-term friends in this game, right? If you bet on somebody last week, great. You move on, you fade them the next week. That's how you make coins in this game. Arizona's been good to us so far this season, but tonight it's time to fade. They're up from 4.5 to 6.5 point dogs, which I thought was a pretty significant move here. I think the Huskies do a pretty good job of keeping Koa Pete, the stud freshman, in check. I saw his points get bumped down earlier today. We're going to talk about that in a moment. I think UConn has the guys to slow down Koa Pete. UConn is huge. This Reed guy's massive. Karaban can play a little bit of defense as well. Ross plays a little bit bigger than he actually is. Jalen Stewart is a pretty solid defensive guy as well. He's like 6'8". This UConn team has the bodies, Jovan, to slow down Arizona, to slow down Koa Pete. If there's one guy on this Arizona team that could show up that scares me a hair, it is Jaden Bradley. But look, even he probably can't go out there and win this game himself. So I'll take UConn on the spread. Love seeing them catch a lot of steam here, up to -6.5 at home. I think Dan Hurley cooks up a wicked game plan here in this one and holds Koa Pete to less than 15.5 points, but we'll talk about that in a moment.
Sure. I'm in on that.
Okay. Dubs. He's a dog, Sonny Dutchie, but he hasn't looked as sharp the last couple games, I will say. Come back down to earth a little bit here, and this is going to be a tough matchup on the road for Koa Pete. Probably his toughest matchup he'll have all season on the road against UConn in front of that crowd. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Very uncrabby to say a top 5 matchup is game of the night. Yeah, you're right, Brinks Picks. I prefer the Mount at College Park. I prefer that game. That's actually the game of the night. But this is up there as well. Yeah, first true road game for Pete. Not expecting big things and love seeing his points getting bumped down. All right, let's cut the shit. Let's talk about maybe this might be the game of the night, to be honest with you. Bethune-Cookman getting 6.5. Jovan, talk to me nice, man. Why do you like him today?
Yeah, I planned on kind of getting in. I guess once we hit this little mini part of the schedule for Bethune, because they played their non-con is actually really difficult, not just what they started with, because they had games on the road against Auburn, on the road against Dayton, and they have like a little bit of a reprieve here before going at Indiana, and they like finished at Mizzou, at Arizona. So like they have a tough slate. I wanted to get involved on taking them in some of like the reprieves of their schedule, and obviously it's asterisk saying reprieve because they're still 6.5 point dogs. But Ohio, I mean, defensively, it's just been horrible to start the season. And I think it's not just the fact that they're not a good defense, but like if you watch them play a little bit and you've seen them on the court, they're not very physical. It's because all of them are not very big. They have some height on their team as far as like on the inside goes, both in the starting lineup and coming off the bench, but they're all pretty skinny and soft. And they're exactly like the type of team that a team like Bethune, who they're not just like one of those super fast rim run teams that's kind of out of control, which for some teams that actually, works in their favor, but they're a little bit more under control because they have the better guys in there, whether it's Arterio Morris or like either of the Heady brothers. Like they can do it in a very controlled fashion. They will put pressure on you at the rim that will do multiple things that'll force you into foul trouble and get them to the free throw line very quickly, but they're also great shot makers, so it's going to work to speed up the game. And Ohio, I don't think really wants to do that because their offense isn't good enough to keep up, especially against a team that I think is a lot more physical than them, which rarely can you say that about a team from the SWAC comparatively to any like other mid-major team. But I think that applies. And then also, I just don't think outside of, I guess, one offensive option that Ohio really has anybody that's going to put pressure on some of like the weaker defenders that Bethune-Cookman has. Like this feels like the perfect game after they've had, I mean, much more challenging matchups defensively between Auburn, Miami, and Dayton. Can leave out like the non-D1 game, but this is their first like D1 game that is somewhat competitive, or supposed to be somewhat competitive, I guess, because Auburn and Dayton were. So I want to take them in the spot on the road, show that they're finally still here. Reminds me of like some of the first McNeese games where they're going on the road, catching points, and it was like a prove it spot. Kind of the same.
Okay. I lost a lot of coins betting this Ohio team last year. They were always sharp. They never came through. They always found a way to choke it out, choke the game. Let's just hope Jackson Pawelewski, let's hope this kid doesn't splooge because he's averaging 20 points per game this season, Jovan. Yeah, he's the truth.
He's pretty much their only option that scares you.
Yep. He's their whole team. So I don't know who's going to be covering him, but I'm sure Bethune-Cookman's going to put up some points as well. I mean, the total is almost touching 160 at this point. So it's not like it's going to be an under type of game or a low scoring affair, right?
Yeah, no.
Bethune-Cookman could score the rock. We're not expecting him to hold, Jackson to less than 10 points in this game and then find a way to win, right? It's probably going to be a high scoring back and forth affair. Hence why this might be game of the night as well. Bethune-Cookman at Ohio. So yeah, this one's going to be good. And I thought that spread on paper, right, to the general consensus, you look at that spread, you say, oh, Ohio, who's been a pretty decent mid-major in college basketball the last decade or so, only laying 6.5 points to Bethune-Cookman. Who even is that, right? I think it's a great spot. Great bet. And I think, I would have expected this to be around 9.5 or 10.5. Great sign seeing it shorter. Okay?
Sure.
I'm in. Let's move. Let's groove. W. Bethune-Cookman play there. We'll swing it back around to that over in the association for now. Let's talk about one of my favorite sleepers in college basketball, Jovan. Let's talk about USF and why I just cannot stop betting and rooting for this team. I'm a big fan of their game. I'm a big fan of the transfers that have come in this season. Big fan of this Oma Jaffu kid, Joseph Pinion, obviously, a guy who's been around the block. Isaiah Nelson, who's up on Prize Picks tonight. He's been pretty darn good for this team. All these guys are averaging between 15 and 20 points per game. CJ Brown, Wes Ennis are decent as well. This South Florida Bulls team, they got guys, man. They got guys, and they're playing against an undefeated OK State team, Jovan, that has not faced a ton of challenges so far this season. They actually beat Texas A&M. I'll give them that. That's a pretty good win. But, we saw Texas A&M struggle last night against an atrocious mid-major. So, Texas A&M, Buzz leaves. They're trying to rebuild. So they're shell themselves. I'm not looking too much into that win. I think it's a little bit overvalued. The other teams they played so far this season, Oral Roberts, Prairie View, and Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. So, Jovan, you think those are pretty good opponents, or you think those are kind of weak opponents for OK State to start the season?
Some pretty shit opponents.
Pretty shit. I know we love a lot of those teams. We've been on those teams, right? We respect them, but pretty shit opponents to start the season there for OK State. USF, they haven't played much better. But they have gotten a bad loss out of the way. They lost to George Washington earlier this season. But hey, that GW team, the Revolutionaries, they're no slouch this year, man. They got an NBA player on their team, and that's probably the best team that they've had at GW since I've lived around this area. People are starting to talk about the Revolutionaries. So I give them a pass on that loss, and honestly, it's probably a good thing bet on them tonight when they already have, for what they probably consider a bad loss under their belt so far this season. OK State still looking for their first loss of the season. This USF team, man, they could score, Jovan. They put up 108 points last game against Kennesaw. They put up 100 piece against Coppin State, which, they should. Coppin State's a joke. I literally shared a baseball field with them in high school, shared a facility with them in high school. They're a Baltimore school, and they're an absolute joke of an athletic program. But big-time wins, big-time point performances there from the USF Bulls. Spreads down from 5.5 to 4.5. I love this Bulls squad. I love their makeup. They hit the portal hard. And I'm a big fan of this USF squad so far this season. Not that high on OK State. I think this is a great buy low spot on the Bulls if you still can when they're sitting at 3-1. And I honestly think OK State gets their first loss of the season tonight at home in Stillwater. I know that's a very tough place to play. I know there's some voodoo magic with that team when they play in Stillwater, but enough is enough, man. They've played against literal high schools to start out the season. Tonight they play against the best offense they'll face in the next couple of weeks, probably, in my opinion. I'll go ahead and fade them and take the Bulls on the road, getting a couple points.
Yeah, this would be probably a little bit scarier of a play if Oklahoma State was healthy, but they're missing, I think, both or two of three of their big man, Rob Jennings and the other freshman that was supposed to start. And then Jalen Curry is probably still out too. So they're kind of ailing a little bit, but they've played shit teams, so it hasn't really mattered. Might matter a little bit tonight.
Yep. I'll tell you who scares me a little bit is Anthony Roy. That kid can light it up. He's like 25 years old, I think. I mean, he averaged like 25 points for Green Bay, and then all of a sudden he just like fell off the face of the earth. I don't know what was good with that. I think he ended up playing professional ball for like a year and then came back to college this year. Weird time we're in with NIL. Guys going back and forth between professional ball overseas and coming back to college. Yeah, Anthony Roy is really good. This OK State team has a couple decent guys, but I really do think USF can hang with them. I think they can outscore them. And I think they even win this game outright, to be honest with you. I do.
Sure.
Good. See, swinging around, we got one more straight bet here. How about an over in the association?
Yeah, how about it? Heat just played a super, super rare game that went under by a good bit, actually. And it was a little different because it was the second matchup in a row against the same team. Talked about that. It was one of the reasons I thought they're going to win the game. They did, even though they made it pretty sweaty. But Spo came with a really good game plan after seeing the next one time. And now that they're a little shorthanded, you kind of allowed him to lock in and get a good game plan going. He'll do a little bit of the same with this one, but I'm worried, I guess, as a Heat fan, not as an overbetter, but I love all of the Warriors role players tonight because Spo loves every time they get Steph Curry, they do whatever he can to get the ball out of his hand, whether he's on the ball or off the ball. So I think Steph is going to be dishing a lot tonight. I'll tell you what would have been on the card had it been up at the time that we were doing it. I haven't checked now, but Moses Moody, his over points or more than points would be right back on the card on the Sharp Report today. But I think a lot of these role players are going to splooge for the Warriors today. And I'm taking this in full, I guess, knowing that there's a chance that some of these guys get ruled out. Probably not the role players, but maybe we don't see a Steph. Maybe we don't see a Jimmy Butler because they're playing on a back-to-back, and they've had a really, really brutal schedule to start the year. So maybe this is not the best of the number that we're probably going to get. But regardless, I really don't care because I think the Warriors are going to come in and have a really good game plan in this one, no matter who's handling the ball. Because I think the role players, just like the Heat have had trouble with pretty much every time they've played so far this year, they give up catch and shoot a lot to the role players and the lower usage guys. I think there's a plethora of that today, and that's what the Warriors' offense has had his bets. Whether he's facilitating it, he isn't Steph. Whether Draymond's facilitating it, whether Jimmy is going to have the ball in a lot of his hands if he ends up playing in his revenge game tonight. I think the Warriors are going to splooge today. I'm a little worried about the Heat maybe getting upset in this game, but I don't think they're going to do it without them getting involved themselves. Ever since the OG called Khalil Ware and said, get on your shit. You look like you're not trying out there. He came out last game and was super motivated. He looked fucking fantastic. They're going to need him again tonight, and I think he has a great matchup, of course, against the very small Warriors, so he should feast. A lot of the shooters should feast. Davion Mitchell, I think, has a really good matchup to attack the rim in this one, so I think the Heat will be fine on offense, and you'll see exactly what. But I think the Warriors can actually hang with them no matter who's playing today. But the role players are going to splooge after a game last night against the Magic that did, I think, creep its way over. But they got shut down for a majority of that game because of what exactly we were talking about. The Magic don't allow catch and shoot. So it had to be Curry or nothing for 90% of the game, and that's how they lost the game. It's pretty much the complete opposite in this one.
So you don't think I should fade Steph points tonight?
No,
right, taking that off.
It's an over game, so like I wouldn't say do it necessarily, but like I would take pretty much anybody else in the court.
Okay. All right. Wouldn't that be something? If Moses Moody goes off after you faded him yesterday.
No,
Great square.
As soon as that square gets put up, I'm taking it. They don't have, I think, a couple of the role players up in this game because they're waiting on, I guess, confirmation probably, whether Jimmy's playing, whether Steph's playing, but Moses Moody, I mean, perfect bounce back spot after last night. Flipped the matchup on its head.
Yeah, they only have his 3.5 points in the first 3 minutes demon up on Prize Picks. So
yeah,
I'm assuming you're going to wait for some other options.
Yeah, right? Get him up and moving, get Pods up and moving, get even maybe Horford up and moving. Like, it's going to be a lot of threes from non-Stephs today.
All right. All right. Love it. An over. Getting some points in your Heat game. Back in a couple overs involving your squads today in college and the NBA.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. You guys need to do primetime NBA two pieces again. Those were air last year. Yeah. I mean, they don't have TNT games anymore, right? Is it ESPN?
Yeah, it's just ESPN and then NBC. I don't know if they do. Do they do multiple NBC games on the same day?
I don't know. They got every streaming service has like one or two games. It's so
They did last night. They had 2 NBC games.
All right, maybe we strap that up for next week.
Yeah, I mentioned that before the season. I was like, are we going to do ESPN 2-piece, NBC 2-piece, Amazon Prime 2-piece, Peacock 2-piece? They got everything.
The way they send one to Peacock, that's just
Yeah, they do send one to Peacock.
It's just selfish, the whole thing. I'll say it. The whole streaming thing, the whole, you got to have 10 different streaming services to watch all the games. Selfish. Back in my day, you bought the NBA package, you got all the games. Back in my day, you paid for cable, you got to watch all the games. They were at least, nationally televised, not on these different streaming apps. Selfish is really what it is.
On Friday,
Selfish.
they got two games for free on Prime. Could make the Prime pack.
I would say we
Prime
keep it to ESPN because maybe the vibes while they were hitting is because we had Barkley before the game, Shaq for the game.
Yeah.
Now they're just over to ESPN.
You're right. We got 2 games on there tonight: Rockets, Cavs, and Knicks, Mavs.
All right. How about Carson B getting involved, dropping a resub? Let's go, Carson B. Atta boy. Let's have a day, Carson B. Why not us? 2 words. Why not us? Okay. That prime pack. That does probably sound the best, Nick Hennessy. Yeah. That prime pack. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. 2 J's plays. I do like Sam Houston on the hardwood, but I'm probably not going to bet it. Strong lean. Strong coin lean. Speaking of coin leans, are we going to get a coin toss this week?
I don't know.
Yes, we are tomorrow.
Okay.
Nice.
Tomorrow.
Nice. All right. Hovey's saying fade Jalen Brunson tonight. Sign me up, Hovey. Sign me up. Love that. You kidding me? After a couple great games? You don't got to tell me twice. I'll fade Jalen Brunson. Hovey's pretty sharp when it comes to fading his own players on his team. Okay. Against Dallas tonight. I almost took Dallas in the sharp report. I like them on the spread. But they're in timeout, along with Calgary and the Blues.
Yeah,
okay, they're all in timeout.
Worse.
They're all in timeout. Okay. W's. Let's keep moving to groove and let's talk about some prize big squares. And yeah, Richie, it gets out of hand when you got to have Netflix to watch the home run derby. In what worlds?
Like that's just.
Does that make sense?
It's really just.
Selfish. It's a bunch of me guys running the show over here at these damn streaming services. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited about NBC getting involved, though. I saw that. NBC taking over and actually look like they give a shit at least from what we saw of the NBA. So if they get involved in baseball, that might be kind of nicey.
Yeah.
Netflix is rat though.
I mean, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. All right, let's talk about some squares we like. I already locked in the sharp report format. I'll drop it once we get to Jovan squares. Koa Pete, freshman phenom, right? Koa Pete's been great. Best player on Arizona so far this season. But Koa Pete's playing his first true away game of the season tonight. And I think he's going to have some serious trouble, honestly, against this UConn team that matches up pretty good against him. Terrace Reeds, that guy's huge. He's a behemoth. So good luck, Terrace Reeds. Good luck, Koa Pete, getting into the fucking paint when you got 7-foot behemoth Terrace Reed down there in a game and the stream's gone.
No.
Tens?
No.
Let me get a 10. Let me get a 4. Let me get a 10. Let me get a 4. Drop them. Back. There we go.
Check.
Okay. Nice.
Trent.
Apparently there's some outages down there in Dallas. So Nothing we can do, guys. Appreciate your patience. Hit the refresh. Hit the refresh, boys. Okay? Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. All right, let's keep moving and grooving here. Fading Koa Pete, fading the freshman phenom on the road in his first true road game. It's all Twitch streams, apparently. Puts props to saying, okay, interesting. Reed Shepard. Jovan, Reed Shepard has been on fuego of late. He's been on absolute fire. Smells like a perfect time to fade the guy. I'm taking Reed Shepard's less than 2.5 3-pointers made after he's been green in 4 of his last 5. I like his less than points. I like his less than everything tonight, to be honest with you, against the Cavs, who maybe not this season, but they've been known to play a little bit of defense in recent years. So I like the under in this game. I want to fade Reed Shepard, who's been on absolute fire in this game, or he's been on absolute fire recently. I want to fade him, and I want to back the Cavs defense to show up here at home. I believe the spread flipped from Cleveland as a small fave to now Houston as a small fave. Houston's been really good. They've won 4 games in a row. They're due for a stinker on the road against the Cavs. Primetime game on ESPN. Love the under, and I'll take the less than for Reed Shepard on his threes. Super juicy to the under on the books as well. Okay?
Sure. Just a classic Krabs play.
Yep. Slip it, Jimmy. Not worried about the Koa play being juiced to the over. It was at a higher number earlier today. It's on the way down. So, yeah, if the over's juiced, that's fine. It was at 16.5 this morning, so it's on the way down. Love to see that. Okay?
Certainties.
Dubs. All right. Let's hear the sell job on your 2 squares, Jovan. I will drop the link in the chat for people to tail.
Sure. Goots is bricked up for this one, but there's only 2 defenses right now that are worse at defending the 3 than Bellarmine, who Notre Dame laces him up tonight. And there's one guy on Notre Dame who is there for one reason and one reason only. He's been actually really, really good to start the year. Didn't really get too much involvement last game against Ohio State because a little different of a matchup there, but he's here to stand behind that 3-point line and jack him when he's open. And you're going to get plenty of chances tonight against a just god-awful 3-point defense. And I think we get volume-wise, like one of the games that we saw prior to the Ohio State game. He had 2 games where it was just that, strictly 3-point volume. And I think this is going to be exactly that. Bellarmine has been god-awful. Braden's there for one reason, shoot threes, and you're going to have every opportunity in the world tonight, which is great. And I also think that game may not be as big a blowout as the spread indicates. So kind of helps, I guess, taking a square if I kind of lean into that a little bit. But
it does.
Shrewsbury's getting his tonight. Then our second big man fade in the game, Terrace Reed. As much as he's been an absolute monster out there, it's all been the same. And he hasn't played many teams that are good outside of BYU or any teams that are good outside of BYU, but he hasn't played any teams that have any inside presence. And BYU has a little bit of size, but what got kind of neutralized a little bit when Cato left the game after 8 minutes in that game. And then all of a sudden, Terrace Reed started absolutely grubbing. He's looked like a grown man out there against a bunch of little boys. And 100% the reason is because that's exactly what it's been. He's played some shit inside presences. Now, not just Koa Pete, but both the Europeans are going to be in there giving him a world of trouble. I agree with you. I like UConn in the game. But I think it's going to have to be a lot on the shoulders of Caravan, a lot on the shoulders of Solo Ball, a lot of everything from behind the arc, because I think Terrace Reed, as good as he's been so far this year, is not going to have the same opportunities to just bully guys on the block and get to the rim with ease as he's had the opportunity to do early on this season. So I do not think he's getting 17 in this game.
Okay. I'm in, and I already locked it in. I dropped the link in the chat as well, and W. Goots dropping it in the YouTube. You're him. You're him, Gootsy. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Fading the big men in this UConn game. Probably should have just taken the under in this game, but maybe it's going to be the guards showing up and showing out. I could see it. It. Okay. Curry ruled out. Ooh.
Figured that we weren't getting both.
Okay.
Both Curry and Jimmy.
Okay.
So let's see what Moses Moody pops up at.
Yeah, that's probably why they were waiting, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're taking Moses Moody after fading him yesterday. Again, you got to have short memories in this game, chat. Short mems if you want to make coins. Fade him yesterday, take him today. Curry suspended for his celly, no shot. No shot. He's
Hilarious,
got to just be
sorry.
resting. Come on. He's got to just be resting. WJ Thorpe, 35 stream streak. J Thorpe, you're him. We appreciate you, Beast. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, W Sharp reports. Why don't we dive in, look at some other college basketball games for today, see if we could find some winners.
Sure.
Okay? Let's see if we can find some winners. All jokes aside, I do like the Mount today. Not going to lie.
Wow.
I do like the Mount. Plus 19.5 in that game after Maryland just upset Marquette. Now they're missing their best player. I think it's a good time to fade. Although, look at all those bets on the Mount. That's got to be all alumni right there. Or boosters. That could be all alum or all boosters. I also like the Hokies against Bryant, and I like the over in that game. Again, the Hokies don't play much defense. If you see that total moving up, it's probably for a reason. They'll probably give up some points as well. I kind of like the over, and I would take the Hokies on the spread.
Hokies.
Okay. An interesting game that the chat is talking about here, Air Force. A non-biased pick here. Air Force is winless, Jovan. Air Force is a favorite. They're actually catching steam. And this Air Force team, with how bad they've been so far this season, their roster doesn't impress me a ton. They probably shouldn't be catching steam against anybody in any scenario. So I'm a big fan of Air Force here. I think they'd all get off the schneid. I think they get their first win of the season, Jovan, against Alabama State. Do you have any thoughts on this game? It is a early start, 6 p.m. Eastern, which is like 4 p.m., I think, out there. Interesting timing here. I like Air Force to get a win. Thoughts?
Yeah, don't disagree. Will I be pushing the button? God, no, because they're a horrible program. But
Horrible.
you know I'm a sucker for teams on the second leg of mountain road trips. Alabama State just played Colorado and got their shit pumped. So would assumed that after what? Because that was Tuesday or Monday. They're staying out there for a little bit, and they just stink. A little overrated after the UAB upset because UAB is god-awful program, god-awful team. So they're probably going to be getting less points than they should for the next week or so.
Okay. All right. Chat's asking, do I like Neo more than threes? I would just take Neo more than PA, more than 18.5 PA. The guy can dime with anybody. And, I mean, who the heck is going to be covering him on Bryant? I'd imagine it's probably not going to be somebody who matches his height at 6'8", which sure you could think, maybe the guy can shoot over everybody. But in my opinion, I think Neo's going to be trying to get to the rack a lot, do a couple fadeaways, a couple inside moves. I think it'll be more of an interior, domination from Neo in this game. I would just take his PA combo at 18.5. Okay.
Sure. You also
That's what I would take.
Didn't get Goots a shot. So I'm seeing in the chat to address the O's trade to the chats.
Goots.
Love to get a statement.
Would love a Goots statement on the O's trade.
I mean, I don't really get it, to be honest, but I can't really evaluate it yet until I see if we do anything else with the rotation, because right now, if we do nothing else, it's the worst trade I've ever seen in my life.
Goots, man. Goots, what's the projected starting rotation for the O's?
I mean, Rogers, Bradish, Creamer,
Rav, Trent, and Goots.
Tyler Wells. Yeah, you Krabs. You're in there.
Creamer at the 3?
No, Creamer will be lower than that, but it'll be Brad. I mean, without Grayson now, I don't really know. I mean, it's Creamer might be at the 3. Rogers, Bradish, Creamer. We got Tyler Wells.
Yep. Those guys are hurt literally half the season.
Framber Valdez.
Good.
I mean, it has to be somebody now.
I mean, you can't chirp because we got SBR with inside info on the feed saying that he's going there. So if you're chirping me, you're chirping SBR too, Krabs.
What does SBR know?
I don't know, but I would like to know what he knows. I'm going to have to DM him. I'm going to have to DM him.
No,
SBR, bro. What do you know?
What it is, Krabs? It's the fact that one of the other teams in the mix is the Tigers. Betting against the Tigers getting them.
Nah. I mean,
I agree with SBR's take. I'm looking at his feed right now. He said Grayrod's arm must be toast. Otherwise, this is a D- trade for Baltimore. Goots. Yeah, I feel like the O's are just done with Grayrod. They're done with him being injured all the time. They probably think he's cookie.
I know the Angels are a shit org. They don't do things right. But you're telling me that they're trading one of their best hitters last year for a guy who apparently the Orioles think has a noodle arm. It's like they're doing that trade.
I mean, you look back and see every single move the Angels have made.
I know.
9 out of 10 moves are bad moves.
I know.
It's probably a good sign for the O's that this trade went through.
And Ward's a rental for a year. I mean, so I
know it's weird.
And what's
so weird?
What are the odds he follows up his 30 home run, 100 RBI season? Low.
In that ballpark, probably not great.
Low.
Probably not great. I'm not seeing much inside info here from SBR on the feed. I don't know if he maybe deleted it. Maybe his source told him to delete it, Goots. But I'm not seeing many tweets about inside info on the trade.
I remember that tweet.
He tweeted it. It was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. It's let me see if it's still up. Insider info from November 10th. And I told him, please be right. And then he said, dude wins Cy Young if he goes there, of how deep left field still is. So if we don't get pitching, then this trade's terrible. Because now we just have a better Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah,
and
there's rumors they might trade Tyler O'Neill.
Okay, who's taking on that contract?
Well, if they don't trade him, they're going to probably have to play him half the time.
I mean, yeah, he can DH, but we also have to figure out Basallo and Adley. Basallo's going to DH. Basallo can play first, but we have Kobe Mayo. So, it's like, what do we do?
Just cut your losses with Tyler O'Neill, man.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that. It's just I don't know who.
Well, save him for opening day because he's hit a home run in 7 straight opening days.
Cut him
right after opening day. Yep, got it.
Yeah.
I was there for that, Nuke. That was great.
Remind me, Goots, to fade him on opening day this year.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
He might not even be in lineup. Who knows? But
that would be pretty stupid.
We got Dylan Beavers.
You fire a coach, right? You fire a coach for tinkering too much and caring too much about the analytics, and then you do shit like this. It just the whole thing doesn't make a lot of sense, right?
I love the manager hire. It's just
they're doing the same thing they were doing before.
The lack of caring about the rotation is what really rubs me the wrong way.
Dude, you'd hope they're going to go out and get a guy. Right?
It's mind-boggling, Jovan. It really is. It really is.
All right. Enough yapping about the O's.
Okay.
Let me get a 10. Let me get a 4.
Okay.
Let me get a 10. Let me get a 4.
O's breaking stream.
Yeah, too much O's talk. Stream didn't like that.
Way too much.
Don't blame
Orioles, man. Way too much Orioles.
Do not blame them one bit. Yep. Okay. Chat, give me a 10. Give me a 4. Give me a 10. Give me a 4. Give me a 10. Give me a 4. Jay Thorpe is just saying Trent is such a loser in the chat. Okay. Let me get a 10. Let me get a 4. Let me get a 10. Let me get a 4. All right, work. And perfect. We got Neo up on the screen. We got the stream back on. Life is good. All right.
Yeah, so let's groove. Or chat, just lock in those World Series wagers. Yep.
Let's go ahead and mute Goots.
Goots, what?
Let's go ahead and mute him.
People forget Goots was there the last time they won, 1983. Yep.
It was a great day. It's a great day.
All right. Let's move. Let's groove. A couple sharp lines I wanted to shout out here real quick. I like LaSalle plus 12.5 at home against Villanova. Not sure what's good with that line. I know it's kind of a rivalry. I mean, Villanova usually claps them cheeks, but, it's a Philly game, right? It's right down the street. I like LaSalle plus 12.5 in this game. They opened up 10.5, which I thought was pretty short. Looks like the Explorers are getting some bets on the spread. That's interesting, but again, probably not a ton of money on this game. Another game I was looking at, a sneaky, really good game here. Some are calling it the game of the night. Not me, but some. South Alabama, Jacksonville State. 2 undefeated squads, Jovan. I don't know if you have any opinions on this one, but we got a minus 2.5 point favorite for Jacksonville State at home in this game. Against South Alabama, 2 undefeated teams. South Alabama is a pretty well-coached squad. This game's probably going to go under. That's what I would take in this one if I had to take something. These teams are pretty slow and rely a little bit more on defense, especially South Alabama. So I'd probably go the under with the total dropping to 35.5 from 36.5 where it was opening up. Any plays in this game? 2 undefeated squads.
Yeah, I don't think I'll play it, but strongly into USA, I would say. Jacksonville State's like South Alabama's had a pretty decent team year in, year out, especially defensively, but Jacksonville State's kind of the new team that I don't think is all that good looking at who they've played. It's like this feels like the perfect game where it's like team who's been here before, done that, even though it's largely a new team, new regime, new everything. But team who's been here before, done that, kind of Suns the team that is getting a little overrated.
All right. Yeah, I could get down with the Jaguars. Okay. How about Dayton and Marquette? You got Marquette coming up that bad loss to Maryland. Marquette's lost 2 of their last 3 games, Jovan. Dayton still without one of their stud transfers from Iona, who's under some gambling investigations. He might not play this whole season. Who knows? He might be out of the country by now. They still got some guys, though. And you know who's been really balling out for the Flyers so far this season, Jovan? Deshane Montgomery. I don't know if that's a name that rings a bell to you at all, but I'll give you Goots. I'll give you guys $20 if you can name what school he played at back in the day. Any guesses, Goots? Any guesses, Jovan? Anybody know where Deshane Montgomery played at before he was here?
Your second school?
Yeah, the Mount. He was a studs. He went from there to somewhere else last year. I forget where he went. And now he's balling out for Dayton. He's actually up on Prize Picks right now, which is crazy. He's a 6'4" point guard. He went to Georgia last year. He was there with the other Mount kids. Didn't do much last year. Was in some trouble last year. Apparently, he flunked out of Georgia. That's why he only played 17 games. I remember talking to the Mount Boosters about it when I was up there in Emmitsburg last year. They were pretty pissed about Deshane Montgomery leaving, and they were kind of making fun of him for flunking out of Georgia. So, now he's at Dayton, which I'm pretty sure you probably don't need to go to class if you go to Dayton. So he's probably going to be just fine, and he's been averaging 14 points per game so far this season. A big point guard. He's kind of a studs. Maybe not in the classroom, but on the hardwoods. He is. But Jovan, I kind of like Marquette here in the spot, laying 5.5 after that bad loss to the Terps. Any thoughts there?
No, I agree. I think they lay absolute nuck.
Okay.
Right.
So do I. Do you like Sam Houston against undefeated Wyoming, or you staying away from that?
Yeah, I don't really know what to think of Wyoming. I was looking into that game. I was just like, I don't really know who or what that team really is right now. So I didn't feel 100% confident, but line speaks for itself a little bit in that one.
Yep. Good point, Sonny Dutchie. You could drunk drive all you want at Georgia, but you miss a class and, you're kicked off the team. That's a pretty ridiculous standard, I would say. But again, a Mount guy having to deal with some adversity. I trust him. He'll probably be a pretty good player for the Dayton Flyers for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think Sam Houston might be too sharp, but I certainly lean that way. What else?
Bama.
Well, yeah, Bama, Illinois, sure. Any thoughts there? Totals gone up about 5 points from 176.5 to 181.5. This is going to be like an NBA game tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be up and down the court. I mean, I would say a pretty obvious, not in terms of everybody's taking it, but like Bama and both these teams just had pretty much the same game on both sides. The Tide were a short dog. Illinois was a short favorite, same-ish line. And we took Illinois in the spot versus Texas Tech. They came through, even though they tried their best to choke it towards the end of the second half. Bama didn't do enough, even though they shot decently well against Purdue to keep themselves in that game. What do you know? Both of them in their same spot again. I think you get a Bama Nate Oates offensive masterclass in that one, regardless of – I know there's some rumors, like there's been for the past, 2 weeks pretty much, that one or multiple of the guys for Illinois are going to be coming back today. They're all questionable for the most part, so God knows. Maybe one comes back, maybe more than one comes back. I don't really care. I like Alabama in the game, regardless.
Okay. Roll Tides. They've already got a loss, I believe, under their belt. So, I could see them maybe handing Illinois their first L of the season. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little surprised they're not a little bigger dogs. I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty much a pick 'em.
Yeah,
or I guess it's neutral site technically, but it is up there in Chicago.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like a faux neutral site game.
Yep. Okay. I agree with you. I would have probably expected 4.5, 5.5 for Bama there. Okay. Tomorrow we have the game. Jovan is waiting the whole week. College of Biblical Studies versus Houston Christian. Is that real?
My God.
Is that real?
I swear Biblical Studies plays every fucking day. I need to look at their schedule. They're always playing.
Where is that school even located? Is that a Texas school?
I have no clue. They play a lot of
Anybody in
teams
the chat now?
They play a lot of teams from Texas and Louisiana, so I assume they're somewhere in the
Okay.
general area.
Yeah, sounds like a Texas school too.
Maybe Nuckville, Texas, or Louisiana or Mississippi or somewhere in there. But I swear they play every night. They get knocked, obviously, because they're in all these bye games, but not a slate goes by that they don't play.
It's in Houston?
It's in Houston, yeah.
That's a rivalry game, huh, Goots?
Of course.
Damn.
Apparently, yeah.
I'll take CBS on the spread there. That game just means more. Okay.
Means so much more.
Yeah, Chiote, I cannot agree more, man. Prize a Hokie forever. Hokie forever. Hang his jersey in the rafters. W Chiote. There will be a surge stream today. Can we clap it up? Rav is going to host the surge stream today. W Rav. We appreciate you, Beast. Yep, there you go, Goots. Great work on the soundboard there. W Rav, we appreciate you, Beast, hosting the surge stream. Hopefully you can run it back. People forget you cashed a lineup when you hosted on Monday, I believe that was. Keep it up, Rav. You're doing good things over there. You're showing some serious heart. We appreciate you, Beast. All right, let's keep moving and grooving here. I think we silently lean Bama there in this Illinois game. I don't know if I'm going to play it, though, Jovan.
Yeah, not silently here. I'm taking Bama.
Okay. Krabs silence about Sam Levitt going to VT is deafening. Yeah, that tweet was hilarious, Rav. A lot of Hokie talk on the feeds, and I'm not mad about it one bit, although that was obviously a meme account. He will not be going to Blacksburg. Although we do apparently have a 4-star from Cali who's now about to come to VT, a QB. We're already getting 4 stars lined up at the door. Crazy. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Yeah, got to tip meat for James Franklin, Chiote. Smart man. It's been a great week. It's been a great week. Great week to be a Hokie. It's always great to be a Hokie, but it's been an especially great week to be a Hokie. All right, a couple other games here. We got a couple late night Geysermans. I kind of like Arkansas State plus 20.5 against St. Mary's. Arkansas State, a scrappy squad that can hang around. They can score some points as well. St. Mary's has been scoring points this season. This ain't Mom and Pa's St. Mary's Gales. This St. Mary's team, Jovan, has been putting up hella points. Typically in years past, they rely on defense. The competition has not been that strong, but they just put up an 80 piece against North Texas, a team whose middle name is defense. So the St. Mary's team's been playing great. They've been a covering machine. I like Arkansas State here at 20.5. They opened up at 18.5. I thought that was pretty damn short on the road. And I like the Red Wolves to keep this game within 20.
Sure. I can see that.
Any other games you want to talk about, my man? Southern Utah opened up plus 10.5 against Wazoo. I kind of like them in the last game of the night, but that's it for me.
Yeah, that's probably it for me.
Okay. Do you like the Caps? Do you like the over? Do you like the Oilers? I'm going to be there, boots on ground. I want your thoughts on this game.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the Oilers.
Okay.
They got embarrassed in Buffalo by the Sabres. I feel like the Oilers are one of like the best bounce back after shit spot teams that there is in hockey. So I kind of follow that a little more closely with them in spots that are kind of don't overthink it. In DC against the Caps is a tough draw, but
yeah,
kind of like them to make some shake out there.
They've got a Stuart Skinner, 2.5 goals allowed. Goblin up on Prize Picks. It's a Goblin, Gootsy, so I couldn't take the less than. You think that hits, or?
It might. It's probably goals.
As soon as I take the more than on that, you know he's going to pitch a fucking shutout.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the more than to take is probably on the other side. Regular square, Logan Thompson.
Yeah. Whenever I do that, though, he actually pitches a shutout. I've done that twice.
What I was going to say. So, I mean, it's pretty much a lose-lose from you in that entire category, period.
Yep.
But
probably just maybe sit back and enjoy the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Good call, Goots. Good call, Goots. It's kind of funny, right? It's very crabby to see, Stuart Skinner in net tonight in the game I'm going to here before I move down to Texas when I've lost immense amounts of coins on this guy on Prize Picks.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen now that you're there in person with your team.
He's gonna have a shutout.
Best performance he's ever had.
Fuck. Dude. Goots, I actually like that sound. That's probably the funniest one. Man. No, I don't like that one, though. And I don't like when you go back to back. You got to keep it to one. Yeah, that's a very crabby moment tonight when I'm there, literally front row at the game, and Stuart Skinner has a shutout for the first time this season. Okay. Great. Could not wait for that tonight. All right. You can't hear the soundboard? No way. Hang on, Matt. Have you guys not been able to hear the soundboard this entire time for weeks?
No.
Oh, boy.
No, not for weeks. Just because it's probably too low.
Did you guys just hear that, or do it again, Goots? There it is.
There
It's
it
probably
is.
too low.
All right, here's the sound the Krabs likes.
Yep. Sounds like the world's smallest fiddle from SpongeBob. You remember that? Yep. All right, W's. Let's go ahead and get to the squad ride, boys. We got a lot to get to today. We got to stay on time. We have a surge stream today. WRAV, Coop Eagle getting involved as well with a 10-stream streak. Let's go, Coop. Let's go, Coop. All right, Goots, if you're around, if you're local, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. I mean, do we just take the Oilers on the ML in this game at this point at plus chicken? About to be their boots on ground. There's no way the Caps win.
Boots on ground, fading your team. Squad ride should go well.
Yep. Honestly, I think I'm hitting at about 20% clip going to Caps games. And I think I'm coming off a win as well. So they're not winning tonight. We could keep it out, but they're not winning tonight.
Silent ride.
Yep. Can I fade Jack Roslovic on Prize Picks? He has a half a point greened out chart. Most popular square in NHL.
Probably. That's just been up for like a couple days. Green is Monto.
I will say the one thing about the NHL is that you really cannot just blindly fade the pop tap.
Yeah.
You can't. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. All right. Well, God, they got a greened out Connor McDavid square too. Okay. Well, we'll move on from the Prize Picks board. Let's talk about some squad ride plays that we love. I feel like we got to put Bethune-Cookman in here for the vibes.
Yeah, we have to.
Okay. What about which one of your overs do you like better?
Definitely the Frogs.
Okay. Check the Carfax here. Want to see what number it's at right now. Still 150.5. Sure.
Turnies.
Sure. Okay. Cool. What are we taking from my plays?
UConn potentials.
Yeah, I like UConn.
I'm in on UConn.
I like UConn. No Mount?
I don't know. That could be up to you.
I like UConn a lot. I also like that Buffalo team total under 19.5.
How much you like that, Krabs?
A lot. That's probably my favorite play tonight.
Stand the MACtion right now.
Well, I'm certainly due for a MACtion play.
You could be due. Sure. You could be due.
Number one, nobody's going to vote for it. Number two, it's hidden. So I say we put it in.
It's green. Put it in.
After last night's cake in the MAC, we go back to the MAC. Don't give up. Don't ever give up, folks. Write that down. Write that down. Let's go 4 plays, 4 winners. Okay, 4 plays, 4 winners. Get involved. Hurry up. Go, go, go. We will drop the links to votes in both the Twitch and the YouTube chat. There it is. Bada bing, bada boom. Get involved. Click that link. Get your vote in. Don't wait. Lock it in now. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Get involved. Get involved. 4 plays, 4 winners, chat. We've got Bethune-Cookman plus 6.5. We got UMKC and TCU over 150.5. We've got UConn minus 6.5 and Buffalo team total under 19.5. And yes, Laced, you will not see the poll up on Twitch. You will see the link dropped in the Twitch chat. We had to move over to Twitter to do the poll because more people cared about trolling and tying the poll than they do about making coins, which drives me nuts. So yeah, in order to avoid the ties, we had to move over to X. It is what it is. It's not our fault. It's actually the chat's fault, unfortunately. So would love to go back to the Twitch chat at some point, but certainly not anytime soon, based off the actions of the consensus in the Twitch chat. Okay. Hey, it might have been our choice to do it, but it's not our ideal situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Get those votes in chat. Do me a favor. Click those links that you see in the chat, the x.com/bookitbtl links, and click on a squad ride option for us, please. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Hurry up. Go, go, go. You got about 2 minutes left. Okay, I'm going to go retweet this puppy as well and get my vote in. Sure. Very curious what wins this squad ride, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Very, very curious.
Looking at the current tally.
Yeah. Guys, remember, vote for the favorite play you heard us sell today, not the game that's on national TV, not the game that is, don't vote for the game that's, just in your favorite sports. Vote for the game. Vote for the play that you loved the most when you heard us sell it today. Okay. Vote for the play that you were absolutely obsessed with, a play you heard us talk about where you're like, damn, I need to take that play today. That needs to be the squad rides. Okay. That's how we win. That is how we win. All right. Get those votes in. 4 plays, 4 winners. Bethune-Cookman plus 6.5. UMKC TCU over. UConn minus 6.5. And Buffalo team total under 19.5 on the gridiron. That play has probably 2 votes total. Okay. Nice. Get those votes in, get those votes in, get those votes in. And we are blessed with a surge stream today. WRAV, we appreciate you stepping up, my man. Cannot wait to see what you craft up on the surge stream later today. Cannot wait. Okay. W's. Get involved. Okay. 4 plays, 4 winners. You got about 1 minute left. Okay. 1 minute left. WBTL today, guys. We appreciate you. Great slate of college basketball today. It ain't much, but it's honest work. A lot of mid-majors. And the Hokies and the Mount play today. So I'm about to have a night. I'm excited.
Literally Krabs goat slate tonight.
Yeah, great slate tonight. And I cannot wait to watch Trent on the tables tonight. Trent is so due to win one of these celebrity poker tournaments. Maybe it'll be tonight. Cannot wait.
More or less than 9.5 hands for Trent tonight.
I'll take the more then. He's due. It's probably a red chart, right?
Well, it's definitely pretty red.
Come on, chat. Can Trent go out there and do something tonight for the squad here? That'd be fire. We streaming that? Yes, we'll be able to watch it on the Bookit Sports Twitch account. That puppy will be streamed tonight around 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay? Michael Phelps and Trent at the same tape. Who would have thought?
Michael Phelps, minus 145, 20 Uplay.
And YouTube as well. Yeah, so you'll be able to watch it on the Bookit Sports YouTube as well. Okay? Dubs. Chaco, thanks for the resub, my man. We appreciate you. Gucci, do we have a squad rides option? Yeah, it looks like it's ending right now. It's going to be the Huskies.
UConn. Yep.
W Huskies.
Krabs.
W Huskies, W Play. We appreciate you guys. Great stream today. Stick around for the surge stream and enjoy the poker tourney tonight. All right, drop some W's in the chat for Rav for stepping up today, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.